Hi, Vanessa here, the Salty Knitter, and it's kind of a logical progression from doing English rib and fisherman's rib to do two-color brioche, which is basically a two-color fisherman's rib, which I guess is also called a full cardigan rib, thanks to some of the videos I looked at the other day. So one thing that I want to get out of the way right from the get-go is I am not a machine knitting expert in any way, shape, or form. I just got my first machine, this machine here, in October of last year, at the end of October, and it's right now, it is only just the beginning of April, so I haven't had it for very long. Anyways, so that said, it's more, these videos are more just to like kind of share my journey as I learn how to use these machines, right? And create things with them. It's not about trying to appear as an expert. But that said, there's a fine line when I'm doing a video between being authentic and honest and letting you know that, hey, I screw up loads, or producing like total chaos that doesn't help anyone if they're trying to figure out how to do the technique. So that said, I have been practicing on this one a little bit. Believe me, there's still plenty of foo-bars to go around, but I'm kind of starting to get a little bit better with it. And I did do some research on YouTube, of course. So I came across three YouTube videos that I found worthwhile. So there was one technique that was done by both Diana Sullivan and Roberta Rose Meads. Roberta did it on a Singer machine, Singer Chunky, but the video was a little bit chaotic. She also does it on a Brother machine, and that one is much more easy to follow, but it still doesn't really give a good sense of what it is that they're doing or what they're getting the machine to do. You know, when it's just push this part button in or push this tuck button in, that's not really helpful. So this is where, like, even though I am not going to be doing the method that Helen Sharp of the Knitting School does, I have to say her video was so helpful in other ways. And one of those ways was, make sure you can see this. So she'll do these little drawings to show what she's trying. I'm just going to adjust the camera. Okay, that's better. What she's trying to achieve with the machine. Okay, so say for instance, if we're doing like a so if we're doing a regular ribbing, right, then we knit the main bed, knit the ribber, main bed, ribber, right, and we carry along the entire row like that. And we do that in both directions that the carriage goes in, okay? So what that looks like on our main carriage, right, we have both side levers would be set to the circles. Color those in. And we would have our cam lever set to stockinette. And on the ribber bed, we would have both set levers at 1, and we would have that sideways arrow selected, not the upside down U. Okay, but now say for instance, if we're doing our our English rib, okay, and we want that to tuck, knit, tuck, knit, tuck, knit, and all the way down the line. Okay. And that's what we want the carriage to do when we are moving in this direction. So what does that look on our settings, like if we were doing the Singer operation chart for this? So we would have, on the left side, we would be set to the circle still. On the right side, we would be set to the triangle. And we would have the cam lever set to the tuck position. And then our river, it would still look the same. Okay, so what that would do is the carriage pass that goes from the left to the right is going to tuck all of our needles and work on the main bed while it knits the river row. But because of the way we have our settings, when it comes in reverse, it should knit them all. Or maybe I have that backwards. Well, you know what? Let's try it out and see. So my river stays as it is, and I'm going to set my cam lever to tuck, and I am going to set my right side lever to the triangle. So let's see what happens. So on the pass to the right, actually, okay, so we knitted both. So I had that part wrong. And then when we come back to the left, that's where we get the tuck. Okay, so I had that part wrong. Okay, so that's, yes. So now we put our arrow like that, and then we can do one for the carriage pass going in the other direction. Where we will knit okay, so that would be our carriage pass going to the right with those settings. So when we're doing 2-color brioche, basically we want to have so for 1 color, we want to have this stitch pattern. And for the other color, we want this. Okay. Oh, put my arrow on the wrong side. Okay. So now we need to decide what our carriage settings look like for that. So to tuck on both sides, we would leave both side levers on the circle, and we would set our cam lever to tuck. Our river is going to stay with those settings, both set levers at 1, the sideways arrow. Okay, but then when we go to this, our other color, and we want it to look, we want our stitches to look like this in both directions, so that changes things again, right? So both set levers would be set to the dot, and then we would go to the stockinette stitch. But then our river changes, so both set levers go to 0, and instead of the sideways arrow, we do the upside down U, and that should give us our stitch pattern. Okay, so we're going to do green for this, and we're going to do blue for this. Okay, So right now I have the green yarn parked. I'm just going to switch yarns. So when the carriage comes to your left side, you switch your yarns and you switch your settings. Okay? Okay, so I've taken out the slack in the yarn, and my settings should be tuck on the cantilever and both set levers to 0 and no changes to the riverbed. And we're just going to do a row in each direction. Okay. So for some reason in this stitch, I'm finding I'm having an issue with, it wants to lose this end stitch. I don't know why, I don't know how to correct it, but it's not really critical for this at the moment. Okay, so that's my two rows of green, and you can see that both of them have tucked on the main bed and they have knit on the river. Okay. So then I'm going to go back to my blue yarn, and I'm just going to park the green yarn to the side. There's a clip over there. I'm going to put my main carriage back to stockinette, and I'm going to change the river carriage, both set levers to 0, and I'm going to change the bottom lever to the upside down U, and we'll knit 2 rows. Okay, I think I need more weight. Okay, because it's trying to do what I want it to do. It's just kind of missed a little bit. A little better, but not quite there yet. Okay, so now I am going to switch back to the green. Okay, and the main carriage is going to be set to tuck, and I'm going to put the river carriage back to just regular knit. And I'm just going to try pulling an empty needle out there and see if it fixes that drop business. No, it still wants to drop that. Okay, so then change our yarn again. Pull out the slack, and then our settings. Okay, switch yarn, switch settings. Okay, I'll do a couple more color changes. Ooh, that one really wants to drop off. The way it's dropping stitches on the one end there, I don't know what I'll have left at the beginning if I go too much further. Okay. I'm guessing there's probably a trick somewhere so that it doesn't do that. Okay, it's not a very big swatch, but I think it's probably a big enough swatch. And just because I started in blue, I'm going to do a few zigzag rows in the green. Okay, cut the cord. And I take a weight off. Okay, so we have green on one side with the blue on the inside when you stretch it, and then on the other side it's the reverse, blue on the face and then green on the inside. I'm not sure if it's a technique I especially like the appearance of, but maybe I'll warm up to it, or maybe I'll just find a situation where it really does fit. Anyway, that is 2-color brioche to finish off, I think, our series on some different types of ribbing. There's a few other techniques I still want to do with the ribber, but I think that's pretty much it as far as ribbing. Anyway, if you could like and subscribe to my channel, that would really help me out. And until next time, thank you.